Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we are looking at our class exclusive artifact fragments. You can see right here, guys, I have 1,010 of our class exclusive artifact fragments. So we're going to run through the artifacts, show you kind of what heroes we're using them on, so you can really build them out. So looking here, guys, on Ainz, most players do build out the Windbinder first. Now this is a little bit situational. This one does give up to 300 energy points when you immediately start. Coupling this with Rowan, Rowan will actually use this potion right off the bat, allowing a mage class with the Windbinder to ult much faster. Now, the next artifact that I would build out for this specifically would be the Warden. Now, the Arcane Warden is another artifact. Very strong, got haste and attack in there, and also deals additional damage. It is a very solid artifact to build, which would be coming into number 2 for the mage class. And then the third one would be the Winged Warden. This one, again, does come in situational. There are a couple of heroes that do utilize it, and it is going to be up to somewhat of the preference of the user because they do have 3 completely different artifact powers, which makes them really strong. Now, when it comes to the tanking artifact, which we'll look at Arthur right here, on tanking artifact, you really have 2 choices. Number 1 is the Waistband of Resilience. Very strong HP defense. This is a pure defense tanking mechanism. Now, when you start getting into level deficiencies, most of the time this will not work very well because the tanks actually die out very quickly. The other artifact that a lot of players do look at is the Barricade. Guys, now one thing with the Barricade is the tank has to live. That is really one of the big things. So running this on some different heroes that do have a little bit of survivability or they have immunity can be really powerful to use. So first one I'd build out would be the Waistband, and then the Barricade, and then of course the Life's Limit. This one is a little bit, again, different build because it does a haste reduction and also a little AoE damage. AoE damage is very minimal, but the haste reduction can stack, which can be, or it cannot stack. It is a 15-point haste reduction every 5 seconds and can only be used every 5 seconds, which again is the reason why it comes into number 3. All right, so here we are looking at our support classes. Looking at the artifacts right in here, the first one that I would build would be the Oceanic Strings. Normal attacks or any skills excluding the ultimate will heal other heroes. So having support classes that can keep heroes alive. Now this does not work very well, especially if you are running with other healing heroes. This is more of a support artifact that you see on a couple different heroes, including Aziz, a couple different ones that rely on more of the crowd control aspect versus the actual healing. This will add the healing aspect that they do have in there. Next one I'd look at would be the Tidebearer as number 2. This gives a shield which can actually increase the survivability, especially if you are running it with a hero that does boost or buff some of the shields. And then followed by the Seraphitic Tide, which provides a little bit of haste, but it is a very RNG artifact. So the next class we look at is the Rangers. So looking here at our Rangers artifacts, first one, honestly, that I would build out of here would be the bow. So building out the longbow, it does trigger an effect with every 3rd normal attack and does an incredible amount of damage, especially on a hero like Lucretia. It will do quite a bit of damage. Now there is some inconsistencies between the artifacts, such as the Shroud. The Shroud is very unique because it will actually make the wearer immune to crowd control, which is super powerful. So a lot of players do run it on the back line or run it for crowd control heroes, but if the Shroud is up, so when they have the shield, it will make them immune to the crowd control. And then the Dual Divinity would be the last one. This one is very situational depending on the hero because the hero actually has to go onto the enemy side of the battlefield to allow them to do the increased attack rating, and also the damage they received is reduced by 3%. Again, it's very situational to the hero that you're using it. So some of the heroes that go straight to the enemy side, such as Lucretia, Athalia, very strong with the Dual Divinity. Again, really building out what heroes are within there. And then the final one we look at is the Warrior artifact, guys. So this one, of course, my very first one would be the Chaos Bringer. It is the strongest by far. It's used on Baden. It's used usually on Alna. We also see it on Saurus. Most of the warrior classes, Zolrath, do use the Chaos Bringer. It is the big priority to build out of there. followed by the pauldrons. Pauldrons actually deal a little bit of damage. So again, it's going to have to be a warrior that takes a considerable amount of damage and still can live. I know some players do run it with Ulna because she does have the immunity in there. And the final one would be the Carnage. Again, kind of specific to some of the heroes that are on there and what they should equip. So just a quick recap, guys, of what we're looking at. So number one for warriors, I would build out the Chaos Bringer. It would be my first one. For the ranger specific tree, I would build out the longbow, would be my choice there. For the support artifact, I would go to the Oceanic Strings on that one. For the tanking, I know we do get the artifact early, which is the barricade, but I would do the waistband first, guys. The HP defense on here, very strong. If you're earlier game, again, you will unlock the barricade much earlier. I would go ahead and build that one up just a little bit. The +3 stars on there is really all that you need. Later, you will build a little bit higher, but the waistband, I would definitely prioritize over that. And then the last one would be the Windbinder as the number one for the mage artifact. Really early to pick up, guys, especially in some formations. It is the most powerful artifact. If you have a mage caster that is crowd control heavy, such as Mahira, can work incredibly well because you'll actually get that CC off much faster when it comes to the battles. So guys, that'll do it for the video today. Really hope it helped kind of what artifact fragments we are using within what artifacts we're building first, depending on the class. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.